Can this e-cargo bike replace my car? We're gonna try and find out. Welcome to Prove It. I am just about ready for my morning commute on the RadRunner Max from Rad Power Bikes. This is an e-cargo bike, and e-cargo bikes sort of strike that perfect balance between what you get from a car and what you get from a regular bike. Now, I'm going to test it in a few different ways to see just to what extent it can replace my car. Number 1, convenience. Number 2, safety. And number 3, cargo capacity. I should probably get into work, so I'm going to take off. All right, so I'm about to hit my morning commute on the bike, and we're going to time exactly how long it takes. Start the clock. All right. That took exactly 9 minutes and 17 seconds. It's roughly 3 miles. I think that's pretty good. That is, of course, minus the little trip to the coffee shop. And the ride's so smooth, I didn't spill a drop. So as you just saw, my standard commute on this bike is really a breeze. But what about if you live on a giant hill and biking is just not really an option for you? Well, thanks to the pedal assist on this bike, it makes it really easy. I came to a big old hill and we're gonna ride up it. Okay, so the pedal assist has 5 different settings. Right now I am on setting 2 and we have standard gear sets and it's feeling pretty easy so far, but I'm only going like 6 miles an hour. Let's bump it up even more. This is level 3. We haven't hit the big part of the hill yet, but it still feels really good. Starting to breathe a little bit. Let's bump it up to 5. Now it pretty much feels like I'm riding on any flat surface at level 5. So one thing to keep in mind is that since this is a cargo bike, it's designed to carry very heavy loads. So this bike weighs something like 80 pounds, which would be almost impossible to ride around normally without the battery power. Whew, that was fun. And it only drained 10% of my battery, which I think is pretty impressive. There are a lot of great features on this e-bike, but the pedal assist is really the defining feature. And I think it's the defining feature of virtually all e-bikes. Okay, so one of the best things about commuting on this thing is I can wear pretty much whatever I want. On a regular bike, if I'm biking into the office, I am either going to freeze or sweat way too much. But on this thing, because of the pedal assist, it's really a non-issue. Okay, so taking that exact same drive by car took 10 minutes and 28 seconds, which is over a full minute faster on the bike, which is pretty remarkable, but considering having to wait for pedestrians and red lights, I think it actually makes quite a bit of sense. The bike maxes out speed around 28 miles an hour, and the speed limits around here are around 30. So as long as you're following traffic laws, the bike is, at least for me, faster. Okay, so when it comes to safety, this thing is never gonna be as safe as a car. A car has a lot of advanced safety features, but this thing is shockingly good when it comes to safety, in my opinion. First off, you do have some pretty robust disc brakes on the front and the back, which gives you really good stopping power. And the other big safety features it has are built-in lights. On my standard road bike, I have to clip on the lights and I have to charge them. If I forget to charge them, that's a safety issue. No need for that on this bike. And the back even has turn signals you can control with this little panel that's right next to your left hand. So if you're turning, you can let all the cars around you know. And there's also quite a few safety features to protect you from theft. So the battery is right here and it has a lock and key. So you can completely remove the battery, which is really convenient for charging, but also if the battery's not there, it's gonna make it less of a target for thieves. Also, you can set up a code for yourself to lock all the electronic features. So if no one knows your code, someone steals the bike, they're not gonna have a fun time because they can't use any electronics. Okay, so easily the most advanced safety feature on this bike is that it's actually radar equipped and it'll indicate when a car is coming up behind you. It's not the most accurate thing in the world, but it does give you a nice early warning sign if you're trying to make a turn or change lanes or something. Okay, so I didn't need a ton of groceries today, but it is enough to fill this bag, which is more than I would want to take on a standard bike. And the eggs are down there as well, and the ride's so smooth, they're not going to crack. So I'm going to head home. Decided to put the rest of my groceries in here so the GoPro could actually see the shot of the eggs, and they are perfectly fine being in the rear basket. When it comes to cargo capacity on an e-bike like this, it's really up to you and what kind of accessories you want to get. The only accessory that Rad Power Bikes sent me was the rear basket, and I've been using that for regular commuting. It fits my backpack really well, and for grocery runs. If you're like me and you already have a set of pannier bags, they will fit on the rear rack, which is awesome, but pretty much every e-bike brand will sell their own bags that work really well with that particular bike. There are a ton of accessories you can get with this e-bike and virtually all e-bikes, and you can just customize it to your needs. You can even get a trailer that will give you a ton of cargo capacity, and thanks to the pedal assist, it'll make it really easy to tow. The total weight limit on the RadRunner Max is 420 pounds, and watch me haul this big box around. Okay, so just to show off the cargo capacity of this a little bit, that is a queen size mattress topper. Say it weighs about 50, 60 pounds, fits neatly in the rear basket, and I can barely feel it's there. Of course, with all the accessories in the world, it's not really gonna match the cargo capacity of a vehicle. The reason I have a Honda Ridgeline is because it has incredible cargo capacity, but it doesn't really need to match it. As long as you can do the majority of the things you need to do on this thing, you're getting huge value. So to answer our original question, how much can an e-cargo bike like this replace your car? And after riding about 160 miles on this thing, I can confidently say it does most of the things a car can do. I found there are still a few things that I need to use my vehicle for, namely taking my dogs to the park. I have seen people take their dogs on bikes like these, but my two dogs are just too big. Of course, I still need my car for longer trips. The range on this thing is anywhere between 40 and 60 miles, and that does last you a couple days, and because it's so easy to take the battery off, it is not challenging to keep the battery topped off. Overall, this thing is comfortable and convenient to ride. It is safer than a standard bike, and you can really customize the cargo capacity for your needs. So if you have ever been curious about an e-bike, I was really curious before I got to test this thing out, and I love it. And I think you probably will too if you've been looking to cut down on the amount that you drive. Since I've gotten my hands on this bike, my driving has gone down a lot, which obviously saves money on gas, it saves wear and tear in my vehicle, and it's better for the environment. So if you've been curious about an e-bike, I would recommend checking one out. But that's gonna do it for me. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and let us know your experience with e-bikes down below in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.